Welcome to another Unwinding with Fiber and Fabric and Vlogmas 2022. As you can see, it is December 22nd. I keep reminding myself that that means there's the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th. So it's actually 3 days at the time of recording this, because I'm counting today. 3 days still yet to get ready for Christmas. But on that note, I actually feel like I am finally ready. As ready as I think I'm going to be. Let's go ahead and grab a ball of fluff. And yes, there's only 2 more little bags in there. And some more sustaining chocolate to get us to that point. So this is another of the dark green, and it is the exhaust of the dark green. I feel like I've had the same colors come up over and over and over again. And I know that it's not, because I do actually have a list of them. Oh, let's put that there. But I think that that will be an interesting color to add on top. It's actually very close to the one that we had 3 days ago. But it should be pretty. You might notice I am wearing my shawl and one of my hats because it is getting chilly. And I may just very well be wearing some extra layers in the next couple vlogs simply because it means I can keep the house temperature not quite as hot as we go into this deep chill. I should say, I'm keeping the temperature in the house the same, but it's now feeling colder because it is so much colder outside. We have gone under a winter advisory, mainly I think for travel ice conditions that they're worried about, rather than actually having any snow in our forecast. I think it's all just the potential of freezing rain. Freezing rain is a phenomenon I had never heard of or experienced until I moved to Virginia when I was in college. And then I encountered firsthand the horror, there's just no other way of putting it, of freezing rain. I grew up in out west in the Rocky Mountains, and so I was accustomed to winter, but I was not accustomed to freezing rain. In fact, in all the years that I lived in Colorado, it was only in really like the last year that we were there that we had anything that was like the freezing rain here. And even my husband, who was a native of Colorado, he had heard of freezing rain, but he hadn't experienced it until I think it was the winter before we moved. And yes, he would describe it, I think, as a horror too. We had black ice, of course. That was something that we were familiar with. But the idea that rain would come down in the form of wet rain and then freeze on the roads in just thick sheets of ice, that's something we just didn't experience. Mostly because we were fairly dry states that we'd grown up in. And while we did get snow, we didn't often get a lot. It was, well, the ski resorts were known for their powder, their powdery snow, their champagne snow, which is a very dry snow. So this notion of freezing rain and the fact that it can cause such panic was something we had to adjust to. And it is something that puts this area on alert, rightfully so. But I intend to stay bundled and warm. The kitties and I will stay warm with a fire in both a pellet stove and a wood fire in the basement, as well, of course, as the heating, the furnace. And we will stay warm, and we'll stay dry, and we will just hope and pray that everyone else gets into the Christmas day and through the Christmas weekend safely. I think I have to pause for a moment because I have kittens that have woken up and are causing a little issue in the distance. I think they're getting excited for Christmas as well. So I'm going to pause and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I do not know if I will get through the rest of this video without another interruption. Yesterday I had the energy to vacuum and wrap presents. And because of that, the kittens have a whole new world of fun that they have been playing with in this run up to Christmas. But I think before I was interrupted, I was talking about the weather and how I'm hoping that everybody is able to travel safely to their destinations for Christmas. I will be staying safely at home and doing my holiday interactions via technology. And I am looking forward to it. There is a little bit of a joy for me to be able to have the festivities and still be able to stay in comfy clothes. I will not deny that. We might get a small kitten visitation here. I have one that is currently playing with the wheel. It's amazing to me. We started this Vlogmas experience with the kittens having only just been introduced to the wheel. And now we are coming to the end. And they're a little more adjusted, but again, we added presents under the tree, and so the cats are experiencing, oh, what's this new stuff? They are at an age that, yes, they really find any new addition, any change to be something that spurs on their curiosity and their desire to make trouble. And I currently now have 2 small kittens, or not so small kittens anymore, playing under the wheel. This could end badly. But let's cross our fingers and hope for a little holiday miracle. And we'll get through this video. I will spin like the wind and see if we can avoid a catastrophe. The changes that have occurred just in such a short amount of time, though. My older kittens, my older cats, they enjoy, they get a little spunky and enjoy the change as well. Whenever the Christmas tree goes up, it takes a little while for them to adjust. And they get a little spunkier. They start playing with their catnip toys a little bit more. When I put the presents under the tree with the hope that they will stay wrapped until Christmas, one of the goals was to see if maybe by putting presents under the tree, the cats might actually leave the tree skirt under the tree. But currently, I have a cat. Yes. Oh my goodness. Vlogging with cats. I did not choose my recording time wisely. Actually, it's just we're at a point that the schedule of the day, all of the different things that we're doing, the excitement of the holidays, there is a bit of a frenzy of what's being finished and what isn't, what hasn't been done, and deciding what we can still fit in before the end. It has, the cats pick up on it, and well, and they're no longer tiny kittens, and they're not yet old cats. So the truth is they're taking shorter naps, and I can't fit in vlogging, etc., as easily around when they're sleeping, when they're napping. So what I should have done for Vlogmas is set up an extra camera which would have shown behind the scenes the Catmas of 2022. But it is definitely a joy. It has been a joy, and I am really looking forward to Christmas Day, and really, honestly, spending the day with my husband. We've been having so much time playing with our crafting toys in the run-up to Christmas this year that we might actually just sit and enjoy a quiet Christmas Day. Unlike most years in the past, it's Christmas Day. We go into our separate crafting area to play with our new crafting toys. This year we have given ourselves the gift earlier in the season and have been experimenting and playing and trying new things. In fact, I have one right here. It's a little tiny wooden bead. I'll put it under that camera. A little tiny wooden bead in the palm of my hand. He has one of his new 2020 early Christmas presents is the tools to make those little beads. I think with a drill, honestly. So I think Christmas Day, there is a possibility that we might go and play in our separate crafting area. But I think this year there's a greater possibility of us just snuggling into our comfy TV watching chairs, expecting the accompaniment of one or more cats, and maybe just watching some holiday movies together, because it is going to be cold and he will be tired from having worked in the cold up to Christmas. And I have been enjoying all this vlogging and all of the crafting and all of the baking, but I am ready for some rest and working on my capelet. I did bring my capelet over here to share with you again today, the progress I'm making. So I am looking forward to Christmas Day. I know that everyone has different traditions for their holidays. I have enjoyed over the years many variations on the theme. I have spent time with family. I've had Christmases with friends. I have attended different Christmas services at different churches and organizations. And when it's all said and done, I find my favorite Christmases really are the ones I spend, fiber's done, the ones I spend quietly in my home, hearing about the adventures and joys and fun that my friends and family are having. I know that there are a number of you that watch my vlogs that can appreciate what I'm saying. And for those of you who may not directly experience this, you probably have people in your lives that do experience what I'm about to talk about. There are a number of us that no matter how much we try, no matter how much we want to have the energy and the vitality and the healthy body of our youth or of our dreams, we get tired. We get fatigued. We have barriers that make it so that mountains to cross, in essence, in order to be able to go and enjoy the traditional holiday fanfare. And so for many of us, when we're able to embrace and enjoy all the wonderful things everyone is doing, but through their stories and their photos and their phone calls and their video chats, that actually sometimes for us makes it even a more special Christmas. When it is possible, I love to be able to go and participate directly in the activities of my loved ones and my friends and my family elsewhere. Set me in a nice comfy chair, give me something to drink, and let me just watch as everyone enjoys themselves. And I enjoy that. I love that. But when that quiet space is not available, what I love even more is for everyone to be doing all the wonderful things, eating all the wonderful foods, enjoying all the merriment, but just remembering that I am happy and content, comfortable in my chair at home, looking at all their Facebook posts and their Instagram posts and seeing all of their merriment being shared via technology. That gives me joy. That makes me happy. When I think of my happiest Christmases with my grandma and my grandpa and all my cousins and everybody around, the joys of those days of my youth are really matched today as I sit and watch the world embrace the holidays and share their wonderful joy and excitement and adventures. It does bring me such a feeling of inclusion. I don't feel separate. I feel so much more loved and understood when my friends and family recognize that I am there with them in spirit, enjoying their moments, but doing so in a way that doesn't wear me out or make me ill. There's a cat behind me. So I wanted to share that with you before we get too much closer to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I also wanted to show, I'm on my second big skein, and I have my capelet. Whoops, that's okay. I have my capelet. It's hard to see in this, but we're making some progress. I did switch to larger stitch markers because the little ones just kept sliding around and getting kind of caught in the yarn overs. So I've switched over to big giant stitch markers, and I'm making progress. And although it will not be done by Christmas, I am going to keep working on it, and who knows, maybe by New Year's, but definitely it'll be done by Easter. So that's my progress report on my capelet, and I am going to wrap up this. Wait, find my pom-pom there. So I'm going to wrap up this vlog, hoping that you are having a wonderful holiday season, and that maybe you too will find joy and happiness in the process of watching others do the things that, well, like with this Christmas here. It would be foolish for me to go out toing and froing in the weather that has been predicted for us. It would just simply be foolish. The last thing I need in my life right now is another slip on the ice. And I say another because, yes, there was a very scary one a few years ago. I don't need another slip on the ice. I don't move so well in the cold. And I would so much more enjoy the Christmas time when I don't feel like I'm holding anyone back or slowing anyone down or causing undue concern for my health and my well-being. So I will be wishing everyone a Merry Christmas from the comfort of my pajamas, the comfort of my chair, and with not just probably one device, but multiple devices, bringing into my home the wonders of my friends and my family and the world as they celebrate this wonderful time of year. So I hope that you can find that as well. And I will be back to see you for the 23rd and the 24th. We have only 2 more vlogs after this, and then it will be Christmas. So until tomorrow, I wish you the best, and I'll see you then. I was so distracted by the cats, I forgot to draw from the jar. Let's see what we have for today. It says read a book. I can do that. We'll see you tomorrow.